Good morning. Good morning, racers. Today I am wanting to find out if the Tokyo Expressway was ruined from the new update. The first thing to notice is the tire wear has jumped up dramatically to 25 times. And one of the things that's affected more than other tires are the intermediate wet tires, which is what we start off with. I tried this race. I was heading out, but I was trying to get in a quick race. I had 30 minutes, and usually you can knock this race out, no problem. But you will, if you watch the tire wear on this thing, it just melts the intermediate tires. My understanding is that it will run a little bit better on hard tires, but I wasn't even able to complete the race. We're gonna have to pit after lap 2. You can see how quickly, you visibly can watch the tires wear, so you can see how quickly it goes down. Oh boy. I'm going to try really hard not to have any car contact. Usually I'm a little closer to Gallo at this point. Heck, usually at this point I'm past Gallo. Let's keep it clean. I wouldn't mind bumping a wall just to see if the walls affect this at this point for clean racing. And that may happen on its own, but I'm not going to do it on purpose. So at this point I just want to find out if we can even run this race with these tires the way they are now. I think I just bumped a wall. I don't think the Super and I made contact. And if we did, it shouldn't affect anything. So we didn't have a hit. It wasn't like an impact. You can definitely brake later though, as well. So that's a nice addition. You can see we're down about 20% on the rears with one lap. And that wasn't a lap where we were pushing. That was a lap where we were trying to maintain distance between the AI. I mean, here on the straights, we just lost another 20%. Now, yesterday when I was trying to get a quick 800,000, I switched at this point onto hard tires, thinking 2 laps in we'd be all right, but it was not. The car just was on ice. There's a real impact to the wall. We are just about shot on these rear tires. I haven't made any changes to the setup of this car. I was actually, on the surface, I was pleasantly surprised. I noticed the performance points of this vehicle stayed, at least, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it changed at all. I just know it stayed under 600. And this car is pretty well a powerhouse on this track. And it's the Cappuccino with the 1.3B rotary Mazda swap. Still a great car if you get that engine swap. This is the perfect home for it. So we're getting close to the end of lap 2, and you can see we're about to blow that left rear tire. mean, that's insane. So we need to... Oh, we must have had a performance point change, because it's allowing me to put the soft tires on. It actually looks like the performance points must have dropped a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and fuel up here as well. I think that'll give us enough gas to run through the entire race. I'm not going to fight too hard for position here. I'm going to treat this like lap traffic and just be very, very cautious about passing. Now, this Super and I always seem to be... He's like my buddy out here. I've never had any kind of issues with him. He's always given me plenty of space. I've wrecked in front of him where he'll stop. My nemesis out here is actually the white Porsche. He hits me every chance he gets. My theory behind him being my nemesis is that you know, that's a rear engine layout, which is pretty much unique to Porsche, especially in the modern vehicles. Nobody's really running that layout. So my guess is that it changes the way that car handles to where its braking zones are completely different than the rest of the field. But if he's behind me and I'm going into a corner, I know I'm getting nailed. Now, I don't know their pattern here. Okay, looks like they're squeezing on the inside wall. Back to 5th. But we are going to have to pit after this lap again. Still got rain tires, so those puddles didn't hurt us. So a lot of this when you're running in traffic, the VR is real nice because I spend a lot of time checking the mirrors. And right now I can control the guy in front of me. I don't need to push on him. And I'm not gonna get real aggressive. I'm going straight back into the pits. So there's no point in getting by these guys. I think we're dry enough now where we can switch to hard and not have too much of an issue. But yeah, you start watching the guys behind you, and if they're crowding up on you, you need to make sure you're driving defensively so they don't pile drive your car. And we are slow. Come on, guys. If you notice, they haven't pit yet, so I don't know if they're not running wets or if they're not subject to this 25 times tire wear. Let's go straight to hards. I'm not even going to experiment with soft or medium. And we're good on fuel. Quick pit, quick pit. Okay, we'll watch the wear here now and make sure that, oh man, I don't like how high that watermark's going when you get off the racing line. Again, you can brake much more aggressively. I think hindsight being 2020, I would have skipped the fuel on that first lap and done it on the second just to give us a little bit more breathing room after the race, or towards the end of the race. But we can always do a splash and go. We may not win, but we'll see. Oh, don't hit me, buddy. Don't hit me. Oh, don't hit the wall. Okay. Well, now we will know for sure if we lose the clean race bonus. We've got damage. Leaving the racing line is way less forgiving. Just spent that whole lap without moving up. That wasn't good. Now in the previous update, if you crushed walls like that on certain cars, you would lose the clean race bonus, and on the older cars it did not affect anything. Like older meaning in the game longer, not necessarily the year of the car. You can see now also, I mean, we switched to hard tires and there's almost no wear versus what was happening with those intermediate wets. Fraga's not having a clean run. Again, I got 3 cars in front of me. They're packed up. They're fighting for position, and the AI is going to be a little bit unpredictable here. So no need to put a lot of pressure on them. When we come around to the front stretch here, we got way more power than everyone else, and we can just slip right past them without any risk of hitting them. Putting power down on that corner there, that hairpin, has always been a little sketchy. A lot of times I'll short shift it to keep the torque from overwhelming the chassis. Or I'll just, half throttle it. should be able to slide by these two, make our way to first. I'm definitely leaving paint on that wall. Pardon me. Okay. Now we can just try to focus on putting down some laps. See if our tires hold. See if our fuel is, gonna make it through. The fuel didn't look like it changed. It was still a 3X. So, I don't know if I quite put enough in. I could even just change the fuel map. So we are well beyond the halfway point. I think we're good on the hard tires. So if we do need to swap, it's one of those things. If you're stopping, it's almost worth throwing the tires on. And I don't think we made any contact with cars. So one of the things I'm thinking about as a alternative to those intermediates, especially seeing how well these hards are holding up, is it might be worth switching, instead of using the intermediate wets, to the sport tires, because I believe those are set up for the rain, or at least some moisture. And I think that's what the field here is using, is the sport tires, instead of the race tires. They seem to grip pretty well in the rain, or when it's wet. But let me know in the comments if you've tried that, or if you think that would be a better option. I don't know if they wear different. I just know those intermediates are a nightmare right now. And maybe we'll see an update here in the next couple of weeks. Or a couple of days. I know the 3.0 update came out right away after the 2.9. They had some bugs they were sorting out. So this track is predictable, and I mean, in terms of the weather. So it looks like we sorted through running the tire setups for this race. But one of the things that I tend to do on Le Mans or Spa, where the rain is way more random, I mean, it's random, so this doesn't have a random setup. It's always wet and then dries out as you're progressing through the race. But on those random races, I have a tendency to jump onto the wet tires early. Just because half of the time my car is overpowered and able to... I'm usually in first by the time the rain happens anyway. So I'm in first. I'm playing things cautiously. I usually have the fuel map set to 6, just letting the car coast and trying to minimize pit stops. But with these intermediate wets lasting 2 laps, heck, at Le Mans, that might even be 1 lap per tire set, because that's a very big track. It might change the dynamic to where you don't want to use the wets until you absolutely have to. And from what I've seen, just running this car, putting slicks on in the rain is really not an option. Alright, looks like we're up to lap traffic. I don't know what kind of gap we have on the leaders, but if we needed to run in for a splash and go or even switching tires again, we'd be alright. But it's looking like we're okay. Let me actually change to the fuel. Yeah, it's saying we have 2.8 laps. Now we don't get in the VR, we don't get the warning that you are going to run out of gas. You don't get the 1 point, low red warning screen when you're getting close. Your fuel gauge will turn red. Oh god, oh god. Too much talking. Distracted driving. A cautionary tale. But no, you don't get the warnings, but you can come into this fuel screen and kind of check for yourself. Luckily this car doesn't have an airbag, at least on the passenger side, so this thing just took a hard hit. Give him a little space. If we have the clean race bonus, we know it's specifically for cars. one to go. Maybe they just spread that braking zone way further back, because it's definitely seeming like it's way back there. Let's just finish this up and see what we did. So on the brighter note, it looks like the race it's still winnable. It's definitely more challenging in the early race. Like, you've got to negotiate through traffic a lot more. And I don't know that I mind that, knowing that. Oh yeah, so we're out of fuel. But knowing that the car can get around everyone at the end, I'm not too upset by it, and it makes it a little bit more interesting in the early race. So let's see if we got the clean race bonus after taking the wall with us. Yeah, we still got it. So you can still, I mean, at least in the older cars, you can still slam the walls. You can still win the race, and you're gonna have to pit a little bit early or frequently in the early race when you're using the wet tires. Don't switch to the slicks too early. You'll end up on ice skates. But thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, sweet. We got an engine ticket. 6-star. Good times. That's a happy bonus. But take care and have a great day.